Windows are very important part of any structure. A window is one which connects the outer environment to the inner and from the inner to the outer visually. Now, the windows are basically meant for light and ventilation in any structure. And in this video, we're going to talk to you about various members of the windows. Here, so let's talk about frame. So a frame is combination of head jambs to the sill and the lintel level. So this is a frame which is actually fixed into the solid structure of walls, and the openable panels move on this frame. So there are two horizontal members and there are two vertical members which actually compose the complete frame, and there are various types of panels which move onto this frame and which have various details in which they can be fixed onto this particular frame. The head is the upper part of the window. Basically, this is attached to the lintel or sometimes at the beam bottom, and it holds the window from the top. The upper structure is very important because the windows or the panels go and rest and form a proper closure with the upper part as well as with the lower part. Holdfast is a very important member which is very strongly attached to the frame of the window. Generally, there are 2 or 3 holdfast with the frame on either sides, which are properly clamped and inserted in the structure to hold the frame properly so that it doesn't shake or it doesn't move. Also, the length of the holdfast and the gauge and the strength depends on the size of the window. So it is important for us to understand the importance of the holdfast to be inserted in the main structure, because this is a member which is generally not visible. Let's now talk about the horn. So horns are basically a member used in timber sash window to strengthen the structure of the window. The role was to support the mortise and tenon joints, preventing the sashes from opening too far and become a lodge. Then we have JAMB. So jambs are basically the vertical members of the frame that we initially talked about, and the holdfast are mostly associated by attaching jamb to the wall. There are various details in which jambs can be made, and they have various sizes and various material depending on the type of window that we are trying to make or install. These panels can be horizontal, these panels can be vertical, these panels can be sliding, but jamb play a very important role because this holds the window to the main structure. Then you have louvers. So louvers are basically horizontal members, and sometimes of course they are vertical members also, and these are generally fixed in the frame of the panel. And the function of these louvers is that you can really move them and fix them at a particular angle. Now these louvers are again made up of various materials. They can be in steel, they can be in wood, they can be in glass, they can be in fiber, and accordingly as per the detail they are installed in the window. Louvers play a very important role that whenever you put them to a certain angle, it either stops the view totally, it allows or if you make it absolutely horizontal, then you have a absolutely see-through vision. If you really make it upside, then you have a view at a certain angle. So the whole idea of louvers is to allow the limited light and ventilation inside as per your need and requirement, and the most important, as per your mood. Mullions is a vertical element that forms a division between unit of a window or screen. Mullions are vertical shafts located in between the windows. These elements offer structural support to the window. Now, the central part is the mullion, and both the panels, or whichever is the moving panel, comes and rest on the mullion. And also, there are certain hardware fittings which are to be installed in those windows which have openable panels. So generally, the locking part gets fixed onto these mullions. So based on the requirement and based on the strength of the window, the mullion has to be designed and the locking system has to be fixed accordingly. Mouton bar or glazing bar is a bar which is generally in the central part of the window and that divides the window or door glass. They are also sometimes called as grills. So as you see this in the picture, we have highlighted this. So they kind of form a grid or a pattern, and the smaller parts of glasses or a fiber sheet or whatever covering that you want to use are being installed into this form of a grid. Pane is the internal part of a window which is between the horizontal and vertical member. Now, a pane could be a glass member, it could be a fiber, it could be a CNC cut jali or anything. So any member that is going to get fixed in between this frame, as we have shown you in the black mark, is basically called pane of the window. Reveal is basically the inner support that is generally provided to either glass directly or to the frame. This is a concept which is very trending nowadays for the bay windows or windows which are on a lower sill. So it forms a proper typical a very interesting frame, and aesthetically it looks very nice. But most of these this reveal is generally done where you have a fixed window, and which means there is no component of openable thing. However, it can be used in the openable window as well. A single assembly of stiles and rails made into a frame for holding the glass. So basically, if you talk about the upper part, which is upper and the lower part, which is the horizontal part, and there are two vertical parts combined together, forms a frame in which the glass or any other material that you want to fix can be installed. Therefore, this frame, this rectangular or a square frame that is formed is basically called as sash. Transom is the upper part of the window. Basically, this works like a separator or a cross piece where the upper part of the window is separated with the ventilator or with the fixed glass or any other member which is coming beyond the window frame. Therefore, this plays a very important role as it is separator between the window and the member which is going to be placed above it. Also, two important technical terms that you need to understand with the window is the sill level and the lintel level. So a lintel level is the upper part of the window, so and it is being inserted there so that the load of the upper wall doesn't come to the window. So these can be in wood, this can be in concrete, this can be a steel girder. So they can be inserted in any material, but the basic principle is that the upper load of the wall should not get transferred to the window. Similarly, if we talk about the lower part, you have a sill. So sill is the member of is a structural member on which basically the lower part of the window is resting, and generally you need to be cautious when you put a sill. The window should properly rest on it, and there shouldn't be any gap left between the sill and the window member. And in case if there is any gap, you must fill it up with a suitable material so that there is no passage of light or a hairline light or a air through that gap. Hence, the sill and lintel play a very important role. I hope you like the video, and it is requested to really press the bell icon and subscribe our channel to have, and we are here to share more videos with you. Thank you so much. All the images that we have inserted are from the open source of internet, and we do not intend to insert anybody's copyright. Thank you.